doesn't fight Tyson Fury, he wants to fight Dillian Whyte.
That's convenient of him. I mean, Dillian Whyte's only been in boxing for 10 years.
Dillian Whyte, I want Dillian Whyte, and I want Dillian Whyte. Like, man, the dude obsessed with me, man. He feel like he act like we went together and we had a bad breakup. He can't get over me. Maybe I had some good pussy or something. I don't know. No homo. Ruiz would be one on the list. You know what I'm saying? To get back, for his height, Salinas could be one. Come back in and get the height situation.
And he wants to fight for the world title. Deontay Wilder's going to get the shock of his life when he sees the offer to fight Robert Helenius. I mean, he turned down. I mean, I won't embarrass him with the offer that DAZN made, but if he would have lost the Tyson Fury fight or the AJ fight, he probably would have been making 15 times what he's going to get fighting Robert Helenius.
Former WBC heavyweight champ Deontay Wilder would like nothing more than another crack at Tyson Fury in a trilogy. Unfortunately, currently, they're going through a mediation right now, and nobody knows when that's going to be dissolved. So Wilder said he wants to get back in the ring in January, and some of the choices he had was Dillian Whyte, which we know Dillian Whyte is fighting Povetkin. Ruiz is a doable fight, and it's also a good fight I would like to see, and a lot of other fans would like to see. It'll be a big win for either guy, and especially Wilder, it would have put more respect on his resume. Even though it's a fight I like to see, I just don't think it happens, and if it does, I give credit to both guys. But I think Wilder doesn't want to take a risky fight like that because he's looking forward to the trilogy. And when you look at Andy Ruiz, he's under a new tutelage. Eddie Reynoso, one of my favorite trainers in boxing. But Andy Ruiz is talking about taking a tune-up, fighting Chris Arreola for Luis Ortiz. So why would he jump into a Deontay Wilder fight? Those are the reasons that I'm skeptical that fight's going to be made. Because Ruiz is fighting a tune-up, and Deontay Wilder doesn't want to fight anybody too dangerous. At least that's my opinion. He also brought up Usyk, Robert Helenius, and Joseph Parker. Now, I don't think he's a fighter, Usyk or Joseph Parker, because those guys are movers. The two guys I see him getting back in the ring against is Robert Helenius or Adam Kownacki. It's a coincidence they fought each other before, and Robert Helenius knocked out Adam Kownacki. I don't know how that rematch is coming along. Helenius is currently the WBA gold heavyweight champion. Helenius is 30-3. He's been knocked out 2 times. He's 6'6.5" with 79-inch reach. According to BoxRec, he's 36 years old. Another option Wilder did not bring up is Adam Kownacki. I know he's coming off a knockout from Robert Helenius, but in Wilder's last fight, he was stopped too. So it'd be 2 guys getting in the ring, recovering from losses. And as boxing fans, we want the best fights. We always want the best fights. We want to see Deontay Wilder against Dillian Whyte. We want to see Wilder against Andy Ruiz. But the only way I see Wilder fighting a Ruiz or a Dillian Whyte is if he loses the arbitration. If he loses the arbitration, I can see him fighting one of these guys to get back into title contention. And I'll say this over and over again, Fury doesn't owe Wilder anything. But the real reason Fury got out the fight is because of money. Fury is all about money. He doesn't care about legacy. The reason why these fights ain't happening, Wilder, Jet Caballel, is because he's not getting the same checks he got in the rematch with Wilder. Fury's not a big draw. He needs help. He needs a dancing partner. He's not a Joshua Canelo. He can't sell tickets.
I don't know what's happening with the Fury stuff. I saw comments yesterday from Frank Warren basically saying we couldn't find the money to get Tyson Fury out this year.
And that's the reason the December 5th fight got canceled. Frank Warren couldn't get enough money to put it together. No one wanted to see it. But one of Fury fanboys was saying that Fury doesn't take nothing fights and Dillian Whyte is a nothing fight. And then he tried to use the triangle effect. Well, Povetkin beat Whyte and Klitschko beat Povetkin and Fury beat Klitschko. Everybody knows the triangle effect does not work in boxing. It doesn't work. Styles makes fights. This is the logic fanboys use. Everybody knows the triangle effect does not work in boxing. If you listen closely to what Fury is saying is that he don't take risk because he wants to stay undefeated. He's gonna sell that O for a lot of money. And that's why he's fighting Anthony Joshua for $120 million for 2 fights. If it wasn't a pandemic and it was a live gate for the Wilder fight, you think those contracts expired? Would it bother Tyson Fury? No, that's another $25, $30 million check he can collect. But I gotta give it to Tyson Fury. He's a good manipulator. He has a talent to say stuff and people believes it. His fan base don't think he has to fight anybody but Anthony Joshua. His fanboys will tell you, well, Dillian Whyte's not at the top level, so you shouldn't have to fight him. But you're gonna go fight Otto Wallin though? Is he in the top level? I think after Fury fights Joshua twice, win or lose, I think he retires from boxing. I just don't think Fury wants to fight anybody else. It seems like Fury's plan is get the bag and retire. I'm sorry, Fury fanboys, you don't want to hear it, but that's the truth. Fury said he has held every title in the heavyweight division without any title defenses. Very interesting. Leave your thoughts and comments below. JBZ, subscribe to the channel. I'm gone.
The only fight that AJ wants if he beats Pulev is Tyson Fury.